Alright, welcome back everyone to the Jersey History series here on the channel. This is episode 11, and today the team we're covering is the Los Angeles Kings. So here's the current look for the Kings. You've got LA wordmark there at the top of the logo, and then you got this cool detailed crown there at the bottom in silver with black and white, and it's enclosed in this shape. The best way to describe it would be like, it looks like a home plate for baseball. The crown and the LA wordmark sectioned off, highlighted in that gray, as well as a gray and black outline surrounding the whole logo. And as we look through the history of the Kings, this one is definitely probably the weakest logo in their history. Not a big fan of it. It's definitely not a good look for the Kings personally. I think a lot of fans would agree, but let's see where the Kings started out. And you can see the inspiration right away for that home plate outline look with the Kings' original logo. You have the crown once again, this being a different version of it, not as modernized as the current one, and you have Los Angeles Kings wordmark written at the top. And the official colors for the Kings are Forum blue and gold, but really it's just purple and yellow. Kings come into the league in 67-68, and this is the look used until 86-87. And here are the jerseys debuted by the Los Angeles Kings in 67-68. You have a different crown logo on both the home and away, kind of a different perspective of the crown for this, and the main jersey being that forum blue or purple, and you have the striping in yellow on the sleeves and the waist, and then an inverse version for the road jersey, purple pants, purple gear, and then each set has their own socks. So really solid jerseys here, definitely unique look. The Kings being the very first team to introduce purple into the color palette of the NHL. 68-69, the purple stripe on the yellow jersey would just move up slightly, only change made that season. 69-70, the Kings would add white outlines around both the logos, as well as adding the outlines around the numbers, and the striping gets slightly thicker. 70-71, the yellow jersey now becomes the home jersey for the Kings, and it also gets its own set of yellow pants to be worn with it, also that jersey receiving a nameplate on the back. 71-72 to 76-77, the purple stripe on the yellow jersey just moves slightly down to the bottom of the waist. 77-78 to 78-79, the Kings would add a nameplate to the back of the purple jersey, that being NHL regulation that all jerseys need to have that. 79-80, the Kings would retire the yellow pants for the yellow jersey, so now you just have the purple on the home and away. 80-81 to 87-88, the Kings make their first major change with their striping, this being very similar to the Philadelphia Flyers striping at the time and still today to what they currently use. You have this on the yellow jersey, this purple striping coming down the arm that kind of sections and curves off on the jersey, highlighted with white, and then a simple purple and white stripe on the waist, and then the inverse to go with the purple away jersey. During that time span, in 87-88, the Kings would change up their logo, adding black and gray into the color scheme. You still have that purple and yellow crown at the very bottom, although it being much smaller and a little more simplified. And then you have this Kings in Los Angeles, the Kings wordmark with this lines across showing that it's in motion, and the logo still enclosed in that kind of home plate look, and this would kind of signify a change to come for the Kings. Because in 88-89, the Kings would change their logo, so purple and yellow are removed from the color scheme, and this look kind of matching with the Raiders at the time, another team in California, the NFL Raiders, and their color scheme of black and that gray. And yeah, you have that Kings wordmark again in motion with Los Angeles, the crown now in black and white, and enclosed in this shape, this logo known as the Chevy logo for its similarities to the car brand Chevy's logo in that shape, and this is used until 97-98. And here are the jerseys debuted by the team, and it just so happened to be the exact same season that Gretzky came over and was traded from the Oilers. So this look kind of is always going to be, tied with Wayne Gretzky because of his time spent with the Kings. You have white as the main jersey, some simple striping of black on the waist and the sleeves, outlined with that silver numbers as well, and then black as the main color on the home jersey. These used 88, 89 to 90, 91. That next season, 91 92, the Kings would add outlines around the numbers and names on the jersey, as well as having this patch on the shoulder to celebrate their 25th anniversary. 92 93 to 94 95, the white jersey would get black numbers and a name on the back. Other than that, no change. Then in 95 96, we get one of the most famous jerseys in NHL history, and not for a good reason, this being known as one of the ugliest jerseys in NHL history. You've got a white base jersey with black and gray gradients swishing through the middle, waist, and sleeves of the jersey. You also have the numbers, name, and logo in purple, yellow, and black outlines. And this is the logo used on the front, very small, placed in the corner, almost like a soccer style. It's a king with a purple beard and a gold crown, and fans would quickly realize the similarities of this logo to the look of the mascot of the fast food chain Burger King, and this jersey then gaining the name of the Burger King jersey, and it did not go over well at all with fans, and for good reason. It only stuck around for this 95-96 season. And in that next year, the jersey is gone, and this is the look till 97-98. Also during that time span, in 96-97, the Kings would celebrate their 30th anniversary by using this throwback jersey of their original look for one game. Interesting, they did wear it with the black gear at the time. 98-99 to 2001-02, the Kings would rebrand their logo and their jerseys, and this would be the new look for the Kings. Purple added back into the color scheme, although being much darker than the previous purple. You have this shield here with two sticks crossing over it, LA and Kings written at the top and bottom, and you have some cool details. This lion holding the stick, stepping on a hockey puck, wearing sunglasses, and then you have a modernized simple crown at the top left, and on the top right you have a sun. Very busy logo, but pretty cool, lots of detail. This logo known as the coat of arms, just for its look of it. And here are the jerseys debuted for the rebrand. You have white as the main home jersey, a lot of purple used in this one on the waist, shoulder yokes, and sleeves, highlighted with that silver and black. You also have Los Angeles in wordmark written on the bottom of the waist of both jerseys, and the home jersey being white, away jersey being black, purple numbers for the home, and these silver numbers for the road. You also get a new logo here. It's a modernized version of the original crown with the new colors, and that is worn on the shoulders of both jerseys. 99-2000 to 01-02, the Kings introduce a new alternate jersey, and they now have a main purple jersey back in the rotation, and this jersey here having very similar striping to the home and away, although the collar being almost like a bib coming down very low on the jersey with the laces, and the purple using that crown as the main crest on the front of the jersey, the coat of arms on the shoulders. This logo, very big hit with fans, and so is the jersey. So the next season, 02-03 to 10-11, the Kings would make the crown the main logo, and it made sense, this logo being much more simpler than the coat of arms, which almost did look like a shoulder patch to start with, and this one being a big hit with fans. The Kings for that next season, 02-03 to 06-07, would not change the look of the jerseys at all. They would just flop around the logo, so the crown now being on the front of the black and white jersey, and the coat of arms going to the shoulders, and then the opposite happening with the purple jersey, coat of arms on the front, and the crown to the shoulders. 07-08, Reebok takes over the design for the NHL, and we see the Kings jerseys slightly change. The waist striping is no longer there, the Los Angeles wordmark stays, and the sleeve striping gets much wider. This is a common thing with a lot of the Reebok jerseys. Also, the shoulder yokes not having as many outlines around them, being a little bit simpler, but not a huge change for the Canes. 08-09 to 10-11, the Canes would introduce a new alternate jersey, this one being inspired by that Gretzky Chevy era, using just black and silver and white, no purple to be found. And we get a new logo introduced, and this is the logo basically that we know today as the Canes' main logo. This is used until 10-11. So that look becomes very popular with fans, and for that reason, the Canes will switch to it full time in 11-12, and it's used until 18-19. Yeah, that logo at the time was liked, and over time, I think it has grown not so much love for it, as it's not, it's a very basic looking logo. 11-12 to 12-13, the Canes introduce a white version of that alternate that has now become the home, although the white jersey does have waist striping on it and the black one does not, and the black and purple jersey would become the alternate for that time. 13-14 to 15-16, the Canes would retire the black and purple jersey, and they are just left with this look here for the home and away. Also during that time span, 10-11 to 13-14, the Canes would label this the Legends Night jersey, wearing it for a game or two throughout the season, and this one being a throwback to the original purple and yellow jerseys. In 13-14, the Canes would play in the Stadium Series against the Anaheim Ducks, their first ever outdoor game, and they would have a gray base jersey for the first time in their history, with these black and white slanted stripes on the sleeves and waist, and then a very odd slanted shoulder yokes in black on the jersey. You get the Crown logo on the front with this kind of chromed out look, and then this new LA word mark on the shoulder of the jersey. 14-15, the Canes would play in another Stadium Series game, this time against the San Jose Sharks. You had gray on the upper midsection coming down the sleeves, with a black stripe sectioning it off from the white that would follow down to the pants. Very odd that the back of the jersey doesn't actually follow that gray striping around. You use the LA main logo on the front, and then we get a new LA word mark, this time with black and gray on the shoulders of this one. 16-17, lots of patches and new logos here this season. The Canes would have a new alternate, a 50th anniversary one, and it would draw inspiration from that Stadium Series jersey, and it be mainly gray with black striping on it as well, very little white to be found. Also, the logo on the front would be accented with a gold outline, as well as gold outlines around the name and numbers on that jersey. And then the Canes would be celebrating their 50th, so that would have a patch there on the shoulders of all the jerseys, and they also would be hosting the All-Star game that year, so a patch for that on all the jerseys. So if you're a collector that likes your jerseys with a lot of patches, this is definitely a great year. Also having the 100th anniversary NHL patch on the sleeve as well. So yeah, the jersey having 3 different patches on it, lots of new looks for the Canes this season. Also during that time span, the Canes would label this the Legends Night 2.0 jersey, and it would have the same kind of theme of just wearing it for a game or two throughout the seasons, this being a throwback to the original yellow jersey. 17-18, Adidas takes over the designs for the NHL, and we see no change here for the LA Kings home and away uniforms, although the gray jersey is retired for this season. 18-19 to 2021, the Canes bring back that 50th anniversary jersey, this time removing the gold accents from the name, logo, and numbers, and also that stripe of gray between the black is a more metallic kind of silver shine to it. 1920, the Canes would play in another Stadium Series game, this time against the Colorado Avalanche, and we have a more futuristic kind of look. We have a slash going through the jersey of the sleeves and the midsection that would kind of divide the black and white. You have this LA word mark throwing back to that Chevy era with the lines on it, kind of showing it in motion. A very different look here for the Canes, also having these shiny chromed out helmets on this uniform that year. Also in 2021, the Canes would have the Reverse Retro Series from Adidas, and for their jersey they would throw back to the striping and logo of the Chevy era, but updating it with the colors of the original Canes of the purple and yellow, and you get that update on the logo as well. This jersey goes over extremely well with fans. This one being one of the most popular that year, and on the aftermarket going for crazy prices upwards of 500 USD. 1920, during that time span, the Kings would slightly change their logo, just adding an extra gray outline. And this is still the look used till present day. Then that logo update is seen on the jerseys, as well as a new alternate jersey as well. This one being heritage inspired to that Chevy era. This logo, though, having a silver shiny background, as well as the gray areas on the jersey being a metallic shiny silver. Also, the home and away jerseys, all the areas you see gray are now that same metallic shiny silver look. This is introduced in 21-22, and this is still the look till present day. Also in 1920 to present, the Kings would introduce the heritage jersey, they call it, and this obviously being a throwback to that Chevy era, and this jersey being worn a couple times here and there. It is not for certain if this jersey is still in use, if they're going to wear it this season, but it is still listed as part of their current set. And finally here in 22-23 this season, the Reverse Retro 2.0 series, the Kings throwing back to that 80s style striping, this time having white be the base color. Obviously back then it was only the yellow and purple, and it was a jersey that actually at the time the players requested to have a white version of the jersey, but they were unfortunately denied by the owners. But now we have the look here, and very nice, love that crown logo on the front of it. That is it for the LA Kings. A long history. Team has been around for a good while, over 50 years now, and we've seen a lot of different looks for the Kings, and in general I don't think the Kings have had really a horrible look. This one not being one of the favorites currently, but with the popularity of the purple jerseys coming every, of the reverse retros, seeing the sales very well, I think we could see the Kings change back to a more traditional look for their history, hopefully when the new company takes over the jersey branding. But that is it for the Los Angeles Kings, and thank you for watching this episode of the Jersey History Series.